Meanwhile, Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Abigail Valdez says the palace has yet to read in entirety the ruling of the Supreme Court on the legislation. She adds, however, that the government is prepared to implement the RH law. Rocky Ignacio with the details.
Malacañang will read first the decision of the Supreme Court declaring the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012 as constitutional except for some provisions.
My initial reaction would be we would have to wait to read the entire decision, especially given the fact that the report states that some parts were declared unconstitutional, given that the Responsible Parenthood law has several important aspects. We would like to be given the time.
The Supreme Court declared the controversial law as legal except for Section 7 and 23 and access for family planning.
Access in Section 7 is not the only provision for access. I also there is a Section 10 for the process and the distribution. But again, do not hold me to that because I would need to read the entire decision, as well as the votes, the concurring opinions, as well as the dissenting opinions, if any.
Meanwhile, Malacañang said there have been no indication of a possible Catholic revolt now that the Supreme Court has upheld the constitutionality of the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Law.
At this point, we cannot say. We really cannot say. But whether there will be a Catholic revolt, should it be true that the Supreme Court has upheld the constitutionality of the Responsible Parenthood law, is something that remains to be seen. However, there are no indications of that at this point.
The palace added that the government is ready to implement the law. President Aquino signed the law December 21st, 2012. July 2013, when the Supreme Court issued indefinite extension of the status quo ante order.
We have been ready from the day that it was signed by the President.
For the People's Television, Rocky Ignacio.